This is a spoiler alert for Squid Games. If you haven't watched it, keep scrolling. All right, ready? Ali is still alive. I'm not in denial. Just hear me out on this. All right, the first reason I think this is because Ali died off camera, right? Whenever a character dies off camera, there's a huge chance that they're gonna come back. The only other character that dies off camera in the whole show is Il-nam, and he comes back later on, and they fake his gunshot. Now, I know what some of you guys are thinking. Ali's such a likable character. They wouldn't want to do that in front of us, right? No, very likable character. They busted her whole skull cap off right in front of us. Another example of a likable character, actually the most likable character, right in front of us. Why not Ali? Which brings me to my third reason. These employees, what do you think they're hiring these employees? They're not hiring these guys off of Indeed and Snag-a-Job. These employees have to be former players that lost, that they just kind of picked out, right? I know this because this guy was also a former player. He just happened to be the winner. Now he's the front man. Ali's alive. He's gonna be a worker next season, and he's gonna help him dismantle the whole game.
Crazy Squid Game theory. Spoiler alert. Okay, so this is another theory about how the red mascots are recruited. The theory is that the players who decided not to return to the game are now working as red mascots. After the majority voted to discontinue playing and went back to the outside world, 187 out of the 201 remaining players returned back to the game. That leaves 14 people who decided not to return to the game because they didn't want to put their own life at risk. Frontman said to keep an eye on those who didn't return. He said this because they will be given another opportunity to return to the game and repay the debt, but as a red mascot. For the players who didn't return, the main concern is their life will be at risk. As a red mascot, your own life won't be at risk as long as you don't break any rules. For example, taking off your mask, and they can earn a lot of money once they complete their contracted time. It's also a way to prevent them from leaking all of the crazy things happening inside to the outside world. If you add those 14 people who refused to return this year, with all those who refused to return in previous years, it would add up to more than 100 at least, which is kind of consistent with the number of guards. Do you think there's any connection between the players and the red mascot? Crazy Squid Game theory. Spoiler alert. So the theory is that the red mascots are actually winners from previous games. Let me explain. The winners of each game win a lot of money, but they are not financially responsible, as we saw all of the players had severe debts and were gamblers and high-risk traders. So it makes sense when the winners return to the outside world, they recklessly spend all of their prize money and are back to square one. The creator keeps track of the winners when they return to the outside world. That's how they knew player 456 didn't spend any of his prize money. So when he saw the winners went back into debt again, he got someone to approach them to join the game, but as a red mascot, or for Junho's brother as frontman, so they can pay the debt. As long as they follow the rules and work for a set period of time, they'll be paid a large sum by the end of their contract. It was expected that player 456 would follow the same fate, but he didn't spend the thing, which is why player 001 met him. Also, player 456 who won the game dyed his hair red, which may mean he might join as a mascot in season 2, but as a good one who tries to bring the whole thing down. We also saw how cruel the guards are, and they kill people without any remorse. Winning the game changes you and makes you more cruel, since you're willing to sacrifice other people's lives just for money. So that's another reason why they might have chosen to recruit past winners. What do you think of this theory?
So there's another crazy theory about the show Squid Games.
Dude, I love Squid Games.
Okay, don't you think it's kind of weird how we never see how like the red suited workers get hired or picked?
Yeah, it's weird how they never explain where they come from.
Okay, so remember when the guy in the subway tells Gion, do you want to play a game? And Gion has to pick a color to play Dachi. Now he gives Gion a choice where there's the red card or the blue card, and Gion picks blue.
Right.
So there's a theory going around that the color you pick determines the role you play in Squid Games.
Wait, what do you mean?
So since Gion picked the blue card, he woke up as a player, right, wearing like that greenish blue jumpsuit. But if he were to pick red, then he would have woke up as a worker in the red and like this helmet. Because just like the players, right, the workers are also number 2.
Oh, so all the contestants must always pick blue.
And the workers are the red cards.
Squid Game Theories Part 6. So in this section, the VIPs come and they say they're dying to know what the next game is. The other guy says this: they've been amazing this edition. Right, the content in Korea is the best. Wait a second though. That implies that Squid Game is everywhere internationally. Wait! That means there's a high chance that Squid Game in Japan is Alice in Borderland? And Squid Game in the US is maybe Hunger Games! Come and begin to imagine what Squid Game in other countries will be like.
So there's a crazy theory about Gion and the old man from the show Squid Games.
Alright, let's hear it.
So remember how close the old man was to Gion?
Yeah.
So there's a theory that the old man is actually the dad of Gion.
Wait, what?
So in episode 3, Gion asks for chocolate milk when the workers are handing out regular milk because he's allergic to dairy. And then the old man says, I'm willing to bet as a kid you got spanked a lot. And then Gion says, how'd you know that? Then the old man says, my son did too. He was just like you, friend.
Wait, what the? He's basically saying that he's exactly like his son.
And then when they're playing the marbles game, the old man says, you know, when I was a kid, I lived in a neighborhood just like this. And then Gion says, so did I. And then when the old man starts to lose his memory, he asks Gion, what day is it? And he says, is today the 24th? Because his son's birthday's in a couple days. And guess what day Gion's birthday is?
What?
At the beginning of the show, when Gion's trying to get money out of the ATM, he types in his birthday as a pin. And his birthday is April 26th. Just a couple days after the 24th, just like the old man's son.
Stop it.